Hello, and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone, the Slow and Short series. I'm Carol. I'm glad you've joined our community. In this series, we'll move our bodies a little more slowly, and the classes will last less than 30 minutes. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget it's free, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. In today's practice, we'll explore poses for self-care. You'll need a chair and a block, or you can substitute a big book for the block, or you can just do it without it. Let's get started. We're going to move forward in our chair, and we're going to take just a moment to ground our feet to the earth. So feeling those feet connecting to the earth, and the same thing with our sits bones. So we're not leaning one way or the other. We're feeling connected to the chair and equally weighted. Let's lift up through the chest, pull the shoulders down, close our eyes, and begin to just connect to our breath. Just feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. We're going to elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. And now we're going to move into our diaphragmatic breath. As we inhale, we fill the lungs from the bottom up. The belly will extend. And as we exhale, actively pull the belly button in towards the spine, push the air up and out of the lungs. So do that a couple of times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath. Bring the hands back down to the thighs and open the eyes. We're just simply going to turn our head and look over that right shoulder. We're going to go ahead and come back facing center, and then we're going to turn our head and look over the other shoulder. And we're going to face center, and we're going to do that one more time, just looking to the side, facing center, and look to the other side, and face center. Moving into mountain pose. Bring your hands down by your sides, spread your fingers nice and wide, give a little stretch to those hands. Moving to goalpost arms, squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, lifting up a little bit. Maybe you look up just a little bit, if that feels okay. Now we're going to extend our arms up to the ceiling. Hands are lifting up. Your right hand is going to grab your left wrist. I want you to press up towards the ceiling first, and then lean your mountain. As you lean, make sure this side stays down. It wants to come up. Press it down. Hands back to the ceiling. Bring the hands back down to your lap. Take just a moment, and we're going to do that same thing, but for the other side. So mountain pose first. Spreading your fingers if it feels okay. Don't do it if it doesn't feel good. It's okay. Goalpost arms, squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you. Maybe you look up just a little bit. Extend those hands to the ceiling. There's our extended mountain pose. Left hand is going to grab the right wrist. We're going to lengthen first and then lean. One more breath. We're going to come back up and we're going to bring our hands back down to our lap. So the next pose is a seated twist. It's a half Lord of the Fishes, technically, seated twist. So the first thing, if you want, you're going to leave your right leg right where it is, and you're going to take your left ankle and you're going to bring it across. Okay? Now, what I will see in my in-person classes pretty frequently is people want to bring this foot in and cross. So what I really want you to do is leave your right foot out and bring this leg across so that now you're feeling a stretch here. This is where you should be feeling the stretch, okay? All right. Or if it's okay and you're feeling good, you're going to take this left leg and you're going to cross it over. Your choice. Whichever position your legs are in is fine. What you're going to do now is you're going to take your right hand and you're going to place it on the outside of that leg. The other hand is going to come back to the chair behind you. Lift nice and tall through your spine. Pull this left shoulder back. Turn and look over that shoulder. We have one more breath here. Now go ahead and face forward. Now we're going to take our left hand and we're going to place it on the inside of that knee. The other hand goes back to the chair. Pull this shoulder back. Turn and look over that shoulder and just breathe your natural breath. One more breath. Go ahead and face forward. Unravel. And we're going to go to the other side. So now either maybe you leave that left leg where it is, cross that right ankle over. That's fine. But if you're with me, I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to cross it on top. I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to place it on the outside of that leg. The other hand comes to the chair. Lengthen nice and long through the spine. Pull your right shoulder back. Turn and look. One more breath. Face forward. Right hand on the inside of the thigh. Opposite hand by the chair. Lift. Pull the shoulder back. Turn and look over that left shoulder. One more breath. Go ahead and face forward. Unravel your legs. Grab a sip of water. So we're going to do shoulder dips. So we're going to take our heel and our toe, take your feet just a little wide. Doesn't have to be too much. And I don't know if you noticed, but I just moved a little bit forward in my chair. My hands are going to stay on my thighs. I'm going to let my right shoulder dip down just a little bit. It's not too much. But I do feel a stretch in my back. And then I'm going to bring that shoulder up, and then I'm going to do the other side. So just feeling a little stretch there, and then up. Okay, so now the little add-on, it's not a big add-on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that shoulder and I'm going to let it drop. Now I want you to shrug. So pull your shoulder up towards your ear. You feel that? Just a little different stretch. And let's release it and come up. We're going to drop that left shoulder down and we're going to shrug that shoulder up into the ear. Feel that stretch. Release that. Up we go. We're going to do one more on each side. Dip your shoulder first, then shrug, shoulder up into the ear. Take the shoulder down, lift your upper body, then we're going to let that other shoulder dip down, and then shrug, down, and lift. Okay, very good. Heel toe those feet back together. Take just a moment. Now the next series, again, we're going to use that block if you have a block. If you don't have a block, what's going to happen is your heel is just going to be on the floor, and then you'll be doing the same movement. But instead of having your heel on the block, it'll be on the floor. I'm going to place my block on the mat, and I'm going to place my heel on that block. Okay? Now, I'm going to bring my knee into my chest, and I'm going to hug. Nice and long through the spine. Flex the foot, and I'm going to push through that heel. Go ahead and hold on behind that thigh, and then I'm going to put my heel on the floor. I'm going to lengthen through the spine, and I'm going to hinge forward. So your hands are on those thighs for support. Feel the back of that leg stretching. Tuck the chin and roll it up. We're going to do the same side. Ready? Bring it in. Lengthen through the spine. Flex. Extend. Place the heel on the block or the floor. Lengthen through the spine. Let the heart fall forward. And roll up. One final time. Bring the knee into the chest. Lengthen. Push through the heel. Place the heel on the block. Lengthen. Hinge forward. Oh yeah, that should feel really good. And up we go. Okay, so we're going to do the other side now. I'm just moving my block to the other side. So I'm going to start with my heel on the block. Okay, are we ready? Bring the knee into chest. Hands behind that thigh is probably the best. Flex the foot. Extend the leg. Place the heel down. Lengthen and hinge forward. Oh yeah. You feel your hamstring stretching? I do. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Let's do that again. Bring the knee into the chest. Hand is behind the thigh. I'm lengthening through my spine, pulling that knee in. Flex, extend, heel down, lengthen, hinge forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Last time like this before we add on. Bring it in. Flex, extend, heel down, lengthen, hinge forward. And release. Okay, so we're going to move that block to the other side. Now, we're going to do that same series, but we're not going to hold on. Okay, so you can hold the chair if that feels better, or no hands at all, but we're not going to be supporting the leg. Okay, are we ready? We're going to move through it. Bring that knee into the chest. Flex the foot. Push through the heel. Put the heel on the block. Lengthen through the spine. Let the heart fall forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Bring the knee into the chest. Flex the foot. Push through that heel. Put that foot on the floor. Lengthen and hinge forward. Roll it up. Last time. We've got this. You guys are doing great. Bring that knee in. Use those abdominals, right? Flex. Push through that heel. Put that foot on the block. Lengthen and hinge forward. Oh my goodness, how did that feel? I know, it's challenging, isn't it? Let's do the other side. It's very challenging. I know that it is. But remember, if you want to hold that chair, do it. It's okay. It's fine. If you're with me, I'm not going to hold my chair. Here we go. Knee in. Flex. Push. Place that heel down. Lengthen. Hinge forward. Tuck the chin and roll it up. Okay, let's do that again. Bring that knee in. Flex your foot. Push through that heel. Oh, that's so hard. Put that heel down. Lengthen and hinge. One more. Roll it up. Bring that knee in. Flex. Push. Put the heel down. Lengthen. Hinge it forward. Tuck the chin. Roll it up. Place your feet on the floor. Place your block under your chair. And grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. If you have a block, you're going to set the block in the seat of your chair. If you don't have a block, it's fine. You're just going to have your hands in the seat of the chair. So we're going to face our chair. Okay? Then you're going to bend your knees generously. And then go ahead and begin to hinge forward. This is forward fold. Place your hands on the block and let your heart fall forward. We have one more breath. We're going to tuck our chin and we're going to roll up, grab that chair, and take a little break. So how does that feel? So what's kind of important in this one, especially at the beginning, is that we keep our head above our heart. So we're not trying to get the head down. We're going to keep the head above the heart. Okay? So we're going to do that again. Bend those knees generously. Support that low back. Pull that belly in super tight. And then we're going to roll down. Place your hands on the block, or if you don't have the block, your hands are just going into the chair. Okay? Now this one, if you can let your head fall just a little bit, see how that feels. Your back should be not have a good stretch to it. Then we're going to roll it up, and we're going to grab that chair and come back into a standing position. Okay. So now the first add-on we're going to do is we're going to take our block and we're going to place it on the floor in this high number 3 position. So again, if you don't have the block, you're just going to be having your hands in the chair, and it's fine, okay? So I'm going to step back just a little bit because I'm going to be using my block. Okay, pull that belly in, super tight here, protect that low back. We're going to hinge forward, bending the knees. And then we're going to reach down and grab that block. Okay? Tuck your chin. Let the head fall just a little bit if that feels okay. So here we are in a forward fold. Bent knee, forward fold. Okay, slowly roll it back up. Grab your chair. Use your chair. Come all the way back up into standing. So how does that feeling? Okay, so checking in. So the final piece of this is we're going to go forward, but then we're going to take our hands off of the block and we're going to grab our elbows. So it's a really nice stretch for the back, but if it makes you dizzy to have your head down like that, or it makes you uncomfortable, then don't do it. Just keep your hands on the block, all right? And you can even lift up a little bit through the chest. Okay, so let's see what we think. We're going to hold that chair. I'm going to bend my knees pretty generously. I'm going to begin to walk my hands down, hinge at the hips, right? Fold down. Maybe I stop with my hands in the chair. Then maybe I come on down with my hands on the block. So my knees are bent. I'm hanging out here for just a moment. Then if it feels okay, if it feels all right for you, you're going to move into rag doll. So as in my rag doll, my head is down. I'm going to let go of the block. Grab my elbows. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. nod your head yes. Go ahead and drop the hands back onto the block. Bend your knees generously and work your way back up your chair. How'd that feel? Yeah? Is that okay? All right, very good. So again, if you've got your block, you're going to put it in the seat of your chair. I'm going to do it without it, just for those of you that don't have the block, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to set my block down under my chair. Okay? Now, I'm holding onto my chair, and I'm going to heel-toe my feet just 2 times. All right, so just a little bit of a wide stance here. This is a straddled forward fold. So we just did forward fold. Now we're going to do a straddle forward fold. Okay, so again, I'm going to hinge here, and I'm going to come forward, and I'm going to place my hands in the seat of the chair. Remember, they can be on that block, right? It just gives you a little extra lift, and it's okay. All right. So now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to change something. So let's come back up. Instead of my feet at that diagonal, I want your toes to come in. So now I've just decided I'd like us to stretch a little bit into the side of those legs, okay? I made a change. I changed my mind. All right. I'm holding onto that chair, and my feet are now parallel. All 10 toes are pointing that way. You feel it already? Okay, now let's come back down. Oh, yeah. Now I feel a little bit more to the side. Do you feel that? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm going to bring my left arm open. Just a little twist here. Super gentle. Don't try to get this hand way up here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be. Just a little twist. And then I'm going to bring that hand back down, and then I'm going to twist the other way. So I'm bending my left knee, and I'm opening up to the right. And let's put that right hand down. Let's do that one more time. Bending that right knee, opening up. Down we go. And let's go the other way. Down we go. Let's heel toe those feet in together. Grab that chair. Bend the knees as you roll it up. Come to seated. And grab a sip of water. We're going to heel toe our feet 2 times. Out, heel, and toe. So we've got a little bit of a wide stance here. Now you're going to hold your chair, and you're just going to let those knees come forward. Or fall together, I should say. Now, if you want to bring your feet a little closer so the legs touch, probably best. I feel a little more stable that way. Internally rotating in those hips. You feel that? Okay. Now, I want you to bring your arms wide, and we're going to take that right arm on top, and you're going to hug yourself. Now I want you to let your head fall and look down at your arms, or kind of at your lap, I guess I should say. Let that head fall too. Feel that stretch. Let's come up and open. Now the other arm is going to go on top, okay? So now the left arm is on top. Hug yourself. Let your head fall. Looking down at your arms or your lap, feeling the stretch. One more breath. Go ahead and come up and bring those heels and toe back together. That's called constructive rest. Feels kind of good to me. All right, very good. So we're going to bring our hands back behind our head, and the elbows are wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you, feeling like you're lifting up through the heart. Feet are grounded to the earth. Now, we're going to pull ourselves, let ourselves release, right? Kind of let your arms fall between your legs. Palms are facing down. So this is a seated child's pose. We're going to do that again. Hands behind the head, lift up, and then come back into that seated child's pose. Now, just hang out here for a moment, feeling that stretch, and then we're going to come up and take just a moment. So the final thing of this, the seated child's pose, instead of just kind of being here, if you want, you're going to fall a little deeper between those legs. So your arms are coming a little further down, and you're letting yourself just kind of fall a little bit more. If that doesn't feel good in your back or whatever, you're going to stay here, and it's fine. Okay? So we're just going to do that one more time with that little extra child's pose. So come up first. So I've widened my legs just a little bit to give me space to fall between my legs. Okay? Squeeze those shoulder blades. Okay, we ready? Here we go. Release into that child's pose. Maybe it's a little deeper child's pose. Tuck your chin, roll it up. We've got one more. That's it. Last time. And down. Just one more breath. And up we go. Okay, very good. So I'm going to bring my feet back together. Now, this is like a seated twist series. So I'm going to bring my arms up into my goalpost arms. Now I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to bring it across. And then I'm going to open. And then I'm going to bring my other arm and I'm going to cross. Okay. And then we're going to open and release. Now, if you have your block, you're going to grab that block. If you don't have it, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But if you have the block, you're going to grab it and you're going to put it in your right hand, okay? So we're going to come back into those goalpost arms. So if you don't have it, you're going to do just what we just did. Otherwise, here we go. We're going to come across, we're going to grab that block, and then we're going to open. I did that wrong. So now, take this hand, come all the way across the body. That's what I meant to do. Grab the block and open. Now, this hand is going to come all the way across. We're going to grab that block and we're going to open. That's what I was wanting to do. And let's do that again. All the way across, grab the block and open. Come across the body, grab that block and open. Can we do one more on each side? I know, I feel it too. Come across, grab a nice little stretch for the side waist. I feel it in my back a little bit. Come across the body, grab the block and open and release. How'd that feel? You feel those arms a little bit, right? A little stretch. Okay, let's place that block back under our chair. And we're going to move into Crescent lunge. So take your right knee and open it. Let your left knee fall down towards the floor. Push the foot back behind you. You're up on those back toes. Maybe you straighten this leg a little bit if that works for you. So you see how I'm kind of pushing the back of my kneecap to the ceiling? Look over that front knee. Bring your arms to goalpost. Then you're going to reach around and hug yourself. Lift your elbows up towards the ceiling. Bring the elbows down. Hands to chair. Let's release that. And then we're going to do it again on the other side. The other hand on top for our hugging ourselves. All right? So engage that leg again. Goalpost arms. Hug yourself with the other arm on top. Elbows lift to the ceiling. Elbows come back down. Hands to chair. And release. Face forward. Okay? How'd that feel? Everybody all right? Okay, we got to do the other side now. So we're going to take this knee and open it wide first. Now we're going to let our right knee fall down towards the floor. Maybe you push that foot back a little bit. Stay up on those toes if you can. Goalpost arms. Reach around and hug yourself. Elbows to the ceiling. Elbows back down. Open your arms wide. Hug yourself with the other arm on top. Elbows up to the ceiling. Elbows back down. Release, grab your chair, and face forward. We're going to scoot back in our chair. Place our hands lightly on our thighs. Flip your palms up to the ceiling. Moving into Shavasana pose. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a full, complete, cleansing breath out.
Against the wind. When conditions are ideal, you can make much progress. Yet even when conditions are not so favorable, there are good and useful things you can do. It's always great to have the encouragement, support, and assistance of others. But even when you have little or no help, you can move forward. You're wise to make the best of a good situation. Yet what's even more powerful is to make the best of a difficult situation. Sometimes the winds of fate and circumstances are blowing your way, and that's great. Much of the time, though, you'll need to make your way against the wind. Sure, you can claim the powerful headwind as an excuse and wait for better conditions, and no one will blame you for that. Or you can go forward any way in the direction you've chosen and make progress in spite of the difficulties. The situations, events, and people in this world will not always align to push you ahead. Fortunately, that never has to stop you.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug. Press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Click that subscribe button. leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.